All right, we're about done with week 1, day 1, week 5, and we're going to be in Luke chapter 5 today as we highlight, explain, apply, and respond. So I'm going to get right into this because actually this is a little longer. Luke 5, verse 36 through 39 is going to be my highlight today, and the context is the new wine and the new skin. And we see that, you'll hear that in this passage. Verse 36 says, "Then he spoke a parable to them. No one puts a piece from a new garment on an old one. Otherwise, the new makes a tear, and also the piece that was taken out of the new does not match the old. And no one puts new wine into old wineskins, or else the new wine will burst the wineskins and be spilled, and the wineskins will be ruined. But new wine must be put into new wineskins, and both are preserved. And no one having drunk old wine immediately desires new, for he says the old is better." Jesus was always dealing with religious people, and there were questions that were coming to him about religion on a regular basis. And so as he talks to them about their religion, he wants them to understand that strict religion cannot handle what is new. So if I say, well, everything has to be done this particular way, or it's not right with God, when God begins to do a new work, and he does a new work over and over again in our lives, when I can't handle that because of my strict religion, what happens is that new and uncomfortable can cause problems even when it's necessary. So I have to let God do a new thing in my life. My response is a lot longer today than my application because as I'm reading this, some things stood out to me. Jesus is explaining that he's doing something new. I'm reading straight from my notes here. That he's doing something new, and it does not fit into old thinking. I'm doing something new, and you're not going to get this because you're thinking an old way. People will always prefer the old because it is familiar and comfortable. How many of you have an old blanket? I have a comforter that I have used since college, and I love it's the best blanket in the world because it's comfortable. But religion's not supposed to be a blanket. But we prefer things because they're familiar and comfortable. But a spiritual paradigm shift is necessary to see what Jesus is doing. When God begins to do something new, we've got to say, okay, God's doing a work here that may make me uncomfortable, but it's of God. And just because it's different and new doesn't mean it's not good. It may be the exact thing that God has for me. Reading again, "A new heart and a transformed mind are necessary for the new wine of the Holy Spirit." You can't handle the Holy Spirit as you were. And by the way, the work of the Holy Spirit is not just a one-time work of salvation. He is constantly working on us. He is constantly growing us. And so as he's constantly growing us, as he's constantly changing us, we got to be ready to receive that new. So God, change me in order to receive the new. I don't want to be the old because I want the new thing to come in my life, and I don't want the ruin of it all. And so I hope that's helpful to you today. And I hope you've enjoyed week 1. Share with us in the comments what you're learning today and what God has taught you. And looking forward to week 2 and everything that we're going to see God do there. But we'll still be in Luke. We did Luke 1 through 5, and we'll jump right into Luke 6 coming up next week. Thanks so much, and I hope you have a great day.